game. So welcome back, guys. There you go. Seems like I forgot to unmute again. Has been a little bit of an issue because it's a morning stream. Wake up, Daks. It's Friday afternoon here. But as we said before, ZBC, Chrome LE, gonna be our first map on to this one. And as we've seen before, it is gonna be Uply versus Chappy. In any case, though, seems like our game is ready to go. And we will be getting into our match in just a bit. Let's get into the game. Let's get into Chrome LE. So, okay, guys, hello, and welcome back. Just a quick little FYI, I'm not really too sure if this is a best of 3 or a best of 1. I saw a few rounds here and there already going on, but I think that this is a best of 3 by this part of the bracket. But introducing first, on the top right side of Chrome LE, it is our Red Zerg from Vietnam, Uply. And his opponents here on the southwest instead, it is gonna be our Blue Zerg from Australia. It is Chappy. So it seems like coming into this game, we're gonna be getting into another match. Lower bracket, round of 8, number 2. That's a mouthful and a half. And this is just going to be do or die time for many of these players. If they want to make it to the group stage, they have to keep on winning here in the lower bracket. Earlier on, we saw Pez move on against Sister Simon, who's waiting all the way in the round of 4, number 2, trying to see who's going to be meeting him there. But looking at the ZVZ right now, Uply will be going for the hatch first, as well as Chappy. And these two players have a lot of history. Another Uply, a top 5, top 3 player in the Vietnamese region. Really impressive on that third. Chappy, in the meantime, in the top, I'd say top 15, top 10 for the AU region. And he has been an amazing Zerg in his own right. Now, the thing about it is they do meet each other often, especially in the All Die Week. They literally just did so a week ago on the All Die Weekly number 45. And that was Chappy winning it out against Uply in a 2-0. So, sorry, you can see Chappy might have the edge coming into this game, but anything can happen, especially with higher stakes here in the ESL ANZ Chance 2020 Fall. So for Uply right now, he is going to be looking for a setup, and in a ZVZ, it's a little bit akin in a way to the PV. When you look at a ZVZ, you kind of have to have the same kind of units against your opponent. In PvP, you need to have at least the same number of units. Here in ZVZ, if your opponent is going Zerglings, you have to have Zerglings too. If they're going Banelings, you kind of have to need the Banelings too, unless you go for the Roaches. And then you go the Roaches. That means your opponent is going to go for the Roaches. And it just is that kind of thing. It really is utter dominance and a half. It's all about seeing who is the alpha of the Zerg Swarm. And for now, as Chappy is looking to just build up these 3 bases up and running, we'll find out if Uply is going to be doing the same. Yes, he does. Very macro-focused affair here from both of our players. They're both going for Banelingness also. So this is what ZVZ is truly all about, isn't it? It looks very, very familiar. It looks exactly how it's supposed to. And whoever wins this is going to be moving on over to the round of 4, number 1. So I do think, though, that if this series does go along, I'm going to be calling it here and just going to be looking to host Cranky Ducklings instead for a while. Because I don't really want to be too sagad with the auras, that's anything. I don't want to be basically trying to play it too riskily. And I do appreciate you guys. We're able to go through a whole upper bracket, actually. And, you know, that's what I expected. I forgot that ESL ANZ Champs is double elimination. But in any case, let's talk about the game, you know. We do have these queens already ready to go. Baneling's Nest is there as well. Evo Chamber up and running at the same time. And Chappy already getting positioned to hamper this hatchery. Where are the cycles? Where are the units here from Uply? I don't even see them anywhere on the map so far. This might be a free hatchery to take here from Mr. Downfall Gaming, because this is going to be Chappy right now, cleaning up house. And this is very worthwhile. These Zerglings can't pick off onto one hatchery. That's just it for that one. Flying free like a bird right there. Chappy even having some Banelings in behind. And Uply right now might get caught mid-transition. Two Zerglings for 1 Bane. Not too bad right there for Uply though. And this is just going to be Chappy right now backing on out to try and defend for the time being. Still though, Queen gonna be up and running already. And what happened there to Uply? Where was his army? Was it across this map? Was it just not ready to go? It seems like he was setting on up to go for his own kind of attack, but Chappy deciding, I can just take this space for free. And speaking of the fight right now, Bailing Cocoon gonna be in the way to form a blockade there. Uply though bringing in his own Banelings. There we go with the bust on down. Banes versus Banes yet again. Uply though allowing himself to get all the way to the hatchery before it gets the bust on to the Queen. And I think the note though, Chappy just staying ahead so far. He's on this 3 base. He's looking to just build on a few more units here and there. I think the note is when you lose the hatchery, it doesn't just mean that you won't have a mineral drop-off points. It also means you're not going to be getting larva at any point in time. Chappy though, gonna be sticking on around, gonna be shutting down this 3rd base yet again, and goodbye to Uply's hopes and dreams to go for the expansion. There we go right now with the Baneling Nest. Boom goes the Dynamite. It's the big one there to get the bust on. And Chappy, get your lip balm because this guy is just bursting into the scene and cracking him down yet again. Uply really struggling right now to fight against Chappy here. And even if Uply decides to go onto the outskirts, he will get caught out by this number of Zerglings. He has gone into Ro8 tech first though, and Chappy will be responding in kind. But the thing to note though, it's 2 base versus 3. More army, more workers, and more space for Chappy to work around with. And this is where the fact of the matter is. The rich can get rich keep on getting richer, and it seems like his hotkeys having some issues. Oh no, Uply, what happened there? A few issues here and there, but he hasn't really been having the best game so far. As we've seen, you know, he can't really micro anything, so well, hopefully he can get back into the game, get back into the rhythm, because we're looking into getting back into the game. We armed the spec. Go ahead. We are all good to go again. So at least now the roaches are into play. 5 drones did go down though for Chappy, so that's something. But here we go right now with a little bit of the infiltration here. Gonna be getting into the north side of the main base, going for a little bit of a focus here and there. Can he get a few drones in this instance? Seems like it's not the case because that Queen adding in the DPS. But Chappy, oh Chappy. He is just in the lead right now and more. And I'm just waiting for the point where he either runs away with it or Uply just makes an amazing comeback play out of nowhere. Still though, these overlords just floating on around for the time being. Queen gonna be there as well to get a little bit of the setup yet again. That is just gonna be the hatchery right now. I'm gonna be going online ASAP. But the drones be looking to get on as well. Uply right now. At least going for the long distance mining, make sure his work accounts is being used to the maximum degree. I think the note though, he isn't really going for, he does have these 4 gases up and running. He's going to be going for that 6th one there. But I'm not really seeing too many upgrades from him. But as I say that, he is going for that +1 as well as the Constitution for that speed. And Chappy in the meantime is going for a very ground-based composition. He's going for the Hydra Den, while Uply has gone into Spire play instead. What's going to be the plan of action here for Chappy? He's hanging on the ground, getting a 4th base up and running as well. Looking to spread it over with some creep at the same time. My oh my, Uply right now. He's floating around with these overlords to begin with. Still though, these Mutilas are flying up in the air, looking to get in position yet again. We'll find out if speed can truly kill so far. That Zergling though will get caught out and will be going down. The Overlord gonna be potentially next on the list. And goodbye to these balloons already getting popped down by Uply so far. So it's all about how Uply micros this. If he has his hotkeys ready to go, then he should be able to move on around the map the way he wants to in the first place. All about though that setup so far, all about mobilizing in the first place. And for the time being, these mutants are just going to be in the forefront yet again. Passing on around to these overlords so far. This is going to be the Spore Crawlers, so getting back in position. Well, Chappy, at the very least, having the proper buildings, having proper units, and looking to do all he can and more to get in the way. In the case though, this Mutant Ball here from Uply, adding things up, breaking those overlords down. It's gonna be very, very annoying here for Chappy so far. If Uply is just breaking his toys like that, he's gonna be having to hide them somewhere else. The best thing he can really do right now might be to set things up on potentially that southwest corner. Ravager is gonna be in position here. Chappy gonna be building them up and going for a little bit of the breakdown as well. Still though, a very ground-based composition here from Chappy, and he is adding up even more so. But Uply has been able to equalize on the worker counts. He's now going to get that fourth base up and running. Chappy though, in the meantime, going for the attack already. And these mutants going to get caught out in the open there because there are Hydras in the mix of that bulk. And goodbye to a few of those flyers in the first place. Chappy just surprising his opponent, and it just goes to show, when you are able to get an initial lead, you can really bring in the hurts when you need to. So +1 gonna be going online here for both sides, but at the very least, Chappy has the Carapace upgrade as well. He's staying on the low ground though for the time being with his units. And he's just making sure that he can get a good march to the high ground instead. Carefully looking for a position, making sure that Uply is the one breaking those rocks down instead. And here we go right now with a quick little concave on yet again onto this third base. Going for the ball right now. Ravager's gonna go for the push. Uply though playing the aggressor, deciding to go for the forward push. And it's gonna be the ball right now. Going for the drop on down to the ground yet again. Ro8 just taking a little bit of damage there. Chappy though still holding the line there, but no, Uply having just a little more in his numbers. And this is just gonna be our Vietnamese Zerg pushing back the AU side yet again. Chappy, oh Chappy, where did that one go wrong? It seems like for Uply, he was able to bring in the bulk, but it seems like for Chappy, it was more of a distraction rather than a commitment, because he has brought in the roaches to go for the natural instead. Onto the main base we go. It seems like Chappy wanting to hurt the economy there. They go for a few jokes onto the drones already. 2 of them have gone down. Here we go with the overlords here for Chappy for some reason, just chilling in the middle of the map. He's gotta be careful with those rally points, but I like the idea there from Chappy. Goes for a little bit of a strike force there, deciding to bring in things to the natural itself. And in an instance like this, Uply is just going to be hanging on the ground with his superior army count. So he's going to be going for the attack instead. And we are going to see Tunneling Claws here from our Red Zerg. Very interesting to get in the first place. And we'll see if this is actually going to pan out in any shape and form. Bal now connecting onto the Overseer. We'll get the pop on down. And Chappy going to get supply blocked yet again. It really feels like for Chappy, he is just losing these Overlords because of the antics of Uply so far. There we go though with Uply right now onto the third base of Chappy, hurting it where it counts. And here comes Chappy right now, bringing on his army instead. Baldo looking for the connection yet again. And this is just going to be the rocks forming a little bit of the funnel. Uply has to be very careful if Chappy can get the Biles on. But unfortunately for Chappy, he doesn't have any of those Ravagers. There we go with the damage being done. And Uply right now looking to stay alive. Chappy though will defend with the Hydras in tow. But it really just goes to show for Uply, he can really punish his opponent and basically play in a different style. If he knows his opponent doesn't have things like the Ravagers, you know, you'd expect if the Bile was there, goodbye to all of these units stuck in that concave. But it doesn't matter because Chappy, having Roaches, having Hydras, that's pretty much it. The fight isn't over yet. Seems like the equalizer has happened. And for Chappy, he did an amazing job at the start, but he kind of fell off by the end of everything. We were talking about it a while ago that if Chappy wants to win this, it's either he punishes his opponent earlier on, or else Uply can go for a potential comeback. And I've seen Uply do this before. As soon as he gets his bases up and running, he can really do magical things with it. And he is going to be going right now with the Roaches and the Ravagers yet again, wanting to get a little bit of the push one more time. Those Biles have been pretty essential to add in the DPS. We'll see if our Vietnamese Zerg can actually do anything with it on this fourth base attack, because Chappy can be intercepting yet again, getting in position one more time. Here we go with the rain on down, one more go. And it's just gonna be Uply right now, keeping it up yet again. Chappy though, still looking to build his concave over, pushing on forward, just really smiting his opponent there. And the Hydras adding in a little bit of that DPS to put it where it hurts. But Uply right now taking a page out of Chappy's book and gonna be going for that two-prong attack instead. Bringing these Roaches where it matters, where it counts. And gonna be looking on around to even get into the main base already. Potential last stand here from these Roaches. Uply even gonna be going for a little bit of the burrow play there. But it is gonna get spotted out by the detection there in the end. But that is just gonna be it in the first place. So Uply gonna get beaten back this time. Chappy though gonna be winning that defense, and it seems like for both of our players, they're kind of struggling to actually go for the attack itself. But now the shoe again on the other foot here. Chappy gonna be going for the brawl in the first place. Hydra smiting those overlords there and then, and Chappy also with his own tunneling claws to be as cheeky as can be. Plus duo online and ready to go here for Chappy. And with that extra +1 on the armor, you can say his units are a lot bulkier than his opponents. 19, 17 army count advantage there as well. There we go with the ball, landing on down, hitting the Ravagers there in the first place. And Uply trying to get a little bit of the concave there. Chappy though backing on that, wanting to play guerrilla tactics instead. And it's raining bile, hallelujah, trying to get the drop on down here, there, and everywhere. So for now though, this is all about bile raining on down yet again. Uply sticking by the ramp for the time being, and we'll see if it is going to be enough in the first place. A little bit of the brawl though on the low ground yet again. And my oh my, Chappy and Uply raining blows in another instance. Still though, here we go yet again. The battle's gonna be draining on down in another go. And what is the plan here for Chappy? He decided to back on that after getting rid of that base. A while ago, he wanted to go for a good commitment, but didn't really get too much done. So this time, he's playing a little more defensive, and Uply right now is putting the hurting onto that drone line yet again. Speaking of Uply, he's going for the two-prong attack, one on the fourth, one on the third, and Chappy has to decide on where to actually go on. He himself is attacking the fourth base of his opponent, so it really just goes to show that both sides playing the aggressor as well as playing the defender. And it is a lot of decisions that our two players need to do at some given point in time. Decisions, just like what I have to say, what I want to show. And between these two players right now, they have to realize what the plan of the other is. They're sticking on the same tech though, so it's just going to be the Ro8 Ravager Hydra Ball Brawl every single time. It seems like it sounds like a caution party and a half, but Chappy going over to the high ground here. So yeah, I guess I'm going to be calling it after this game, guys. In terms of my coverage, if you want to see more, you gotta check out the Crankly Dupson guys, because they will probably cover the rest of the lower brackets. So though, these rocks are gonna get blown on down. There we go with the battle yet again. A little bit of a trade blow in this instance, and we will see Chappy right now backing on out yet again. Uply though looking to survive still. Just look at these biles getting the connection on just a little bit more, but Chappy has gotten the lurker department. I believe he's the only one with lurkers right now, and if Uply walks into this one, he will be in a spot of trouble. So all about the pokes, all about the hits, and Size 6 Mines is gonna be going online here for Chappy as well. Fully upgraded lurkers are the scariest thing in a ZBZ, and I gotta say here for Chappy, he's just waiting on around again. Is this the second game we're getting on Ice and Chrome? That is gonna be absolutely huge and absolutely long. Seems like it is the case, because we are nearing the 20-minute mark. And neither side getting the decider on so far. Still though, Evo Chamber getting all the upgrades in the world and more. I gotta commend Chappy for staying ahead of the curve in that instance. It's gonna be Chappy right now, for a few more hits here and there. Seems like the Ravager is gonna be going on down. Will we finally see Uply actually get the Lurker 10 as well? Seems like he doesn't have it as of yet. He has the Hydras, he has the Spire, he has the Infestation Pits for the Hive Tech, of course. But besides that, Chappy has this distinct units that his opponent doesn't have, and this is where he can really truly shine in the way. Spines right now, trying to get the DPS on yet again. Ravagers are gonna get caught out, trying to turn from roaches. This is just Chappy bringing in the hurt again. He has found a little bit of the concave here by the natural wall. He'll be catching out those Ravagers yet again. And I think that's GG right there. Chappy wins it out with some lurkers. And he at least makes it finish before the 20-minute mark. Victory there for our Zerg player. Since they're both Zerg, victory for our Australian side. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was game number 1 in this best of 3, I believe. And Chappy, oh Chappy, winning it out yet again. Very impressively done by Chappy. It did have a good comeback potential, though, from Uply. I gotta commend him on those efforts. But as we are waiting on into map number 2, it really feels like just that game. When you don't mirror your opponent, when you don't have something that they do, then that is just it. And you can say, sure, you can kind of argue that, okay, Uply went for Muta and Chappy didn't, but he just had enough Hydras in the first place. And since Uply kind of gave it up and didn't go for air harassment onto those middle lines, so it didn't really matter per se. It kind of was just all about that ground-based competition. And when the lurkers came, that is just easy pickings, easy dying, easy takedowns here and there, and that just has to be it by that point. But anyway, guys, as we are going to be getting into game pro dogs for this series, what's going on there on the side? want to see what match they're doing as well. But it seems like our second map is going to be something we have been familiar with for quite a while. Everdream LE will be next on the list as per usual. It has been map pick of choice for the insiders so far. We are going to be getting at it again. Chappy though, with a one map advantage already. Can he do more? That's the question there. Can he figure things out? Will it enough in an instance like this? Because it's time to find out who's boss. It's time to find out who is gonna be things. That's as we are gonna be getting into our next game. Chappy with the 1-0 lead. Good luck, have fun to both of our players. Let's get into the game again. Never mind. Never mind. Seems like Chappy gonna be and Uply gonna be needing a pause very quickly at the start, so we can actually talk about a few things here. Looking at the bracket right now, I believe that Ranger did win it out against Psycho, so he's gonna be to round for number one. And it is just basically two brackets going on here in the NZ champs. We have one bracket down below with the lower brackets where it's basically whoever makes it to the top two also moves on. Upper bracket, whoever makes it to the top two there moves on. So we already have Pez there. I guess it's now time to get into the game. Let's get into this. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are at it again. Gonna be looking into this upcoming game between Uply and Chappy. And the question truly is, what is gonna be the plan of action in this CVC? Because introducing first here on the top right of Everdream LE, it is our Blue Zerg, Downfall Gaming's own Chappy. And here on the southwest side is going to be the man from Vietnam. He's been impressing all throughout in the SEA region, but he needs to do a little bit more against his opponents. It is now time for our Red Zerg to get his introductions. It is Uply. And I think the note, as we said before, Uply always one who can go for a potential comeback. We saw it a while ago in Ice and Chrome, beating back Chappy there, but it just wasn't enough to say the least. Still though, seems like though we are going to be getting the pool first here from Uply this time. I've seen him do this before to some good success in things like the All Die Weekly, because out of nowhere he brings in the spawning pool, he brings in the units, and he can just get either earlier queens or get some more damage on. Very efficient, very surprising with the links to begin with. But for now though, Chappy gonna be looking to play his macro game. Goes for the hatchery first. Gonna be getting the spawning pool next on the list. What is gonna be the plan of action here for our two Zerg players? I gotta quickly check out a few things here and there for my next gig, but seems like everything is good to go and we can focus on to the game. Metabolic boost is gonna be the way to go here for Uply. He wants to add in that speed as quick as can be, and if he does get a good initial position against his opponents, that's where it can really shine, really make a big difference. Solo Chappy gonna be adding things up, and it seems like Uply will be able to get the hatchery online and ready to go in a pretty good time. I'm gonna get some water real quick. There you go, guys. We are back into action. So, with Uply going for the pool first, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get in position earlier on with those things. At the same time though, Chappy is gonna be looking to just put his units on the defensive, and it's all about that control later on. Still though, for the time being, we're gonna be floating on around, and this is just gonna be Uply hanging out as well. I'm just trying to see what the plan of action is going to be. What can we actually do with this metabolic boost? Because the thing is, Uply did go for the pool first, and he's not really doing anything with it per se. And this is why hatchery first is a lot more common, it's a lot more popular, because you do tend to focus and go for the macro rather than the micro game, especially in the ZVZ. But Uply at least going to be going for his third base as well. Gotta say though, for Chappy, this is where he can kind of snowball in a way, but he has to be careful with those overlords. Last game, he lost it out against Mutas, against Ravagers even. This time, he loses it out to Queen, so, you know, you gotta be careful there, Mr. Chappy. That's one department I do want to say that he needs to watch out a little bit more. But macro-wise, amazing. He is right now looking pretty good, and he's even beating out those speedlings in a way. He has gotten his own speed up and running though, so it does make sense, and he is shutting down this hatchery yet again. A while ago, Uply gave the hatchery up for free. This time, he is going to be contesting it, but Chappy will still blow it up yet again to Kingdom Come. And speaking of Chappy right now, going to be going into that natural line. Why are these thrown so low? What happened there? It seems like there was a few pokes here and there anyway, and Chappy trying to get an opportunity, but unfortunately, it doesn't pan out because Uply gets in the way and gets him the hell out of there. You know, besides Overlord, Chappy, pretty A+ game on my book. Though, seems like for Uply, he's gonna be going for those 3 bases up and running. Chappy, though, out for blood and adding things up on the armor count. Uply, though, having 38 army is also oh so scary. Where is that all even in the first place? He has a number of roaches right now coming the way of Chappy. And the problem here for Chappy, I don't believe, he does have the Roach Warren, but he doesn't have the cycle of roaches as of yet. So he has to stall for time a little bit. He has to catch these roaches off guard, and especially off creep if need be. He's trying to get the backside roaches right there. Good surround onto one already. Opportunistic as per usual. I gotta say, really good decision making there from Chappy so far, because Uply is going to be bringing in the hurts and might be popping this hatchery for free. It seems like Uply gonna be going on to the natural instead, bringing these roaches together yet again. But Chappy having the proper reinforcement cycle, and this is gonna be a lot of units so far. There we go with the Zerlings looking for the surround. The roaches are also in position to get the DPS on, and goodbye to this initial attacking force. Uply bringing in more of these Zerlings, but it's not gonna happen. Nothing is gonna work out here for a Vietnamese player, and Chappy, oh Chappy, he is defending so far, and all he needs to do right now is get back to his third base and clean up house. Chappy doing a really good job. Yes, Manok, we're done after this. Don't worry, I'll finish up. I'll wrap things up after this one. These roaches, though, are looking for a little bit of the cleanup yet again. And we'll see if this is going to be Chappy right now, finding a little bit more out of that one. He's now able to equalize on the army count. He has ahead by 13 workers, and he is just so good to go so far. These are going to be hanging on around. There we go, with the roaches going to be in position, and GG is called. Chappy will move on, and that's going to be it for this series. Uply knowing exactly how far behind he was, and Chappy with just the perfect and proper response. What is gonna be the plan right now? I know. Well, you're call, Manaki. You tell me if we can do another, if I can do another one, or do you already need me now? But that's a 2-0 right there for our Australian player. He will move on to the first part of round 4, number 2, I believe, and he'll be facing off against Evil. It's gonna be pretty interesting to say. Very impressively done by Chappy, but that's gonna be it for this one. And I'm just gonna be confirming real quick on what needs to be done, and we'll be right back for at least a final announcement.